Learn to be tired to still win, and learn to be tired to still execute. That is from Miami Heat star guard Jimmy Butler, one of my favorite basketball players, right? So what he means by that is you've got to be conditioned as a business owner and entrepreneur to understand that you are going to get tired in this game. You still have to find a way to win, and you still have to execute in your business. That's why in this conversation, Eric and I went super deep on ways that you can build what's called an entrepreneur athlete mindset. Here we go.
All right, guys, welcome back to the show. What's going on, Chris?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing. Taking a break right now. Just knocked out a couple podcasts, got some water, got up because my glutes are getting all tight, my back's getting all stiff, but that's it. Other than that, good.
Digging that shirt.
It's a good shirt, huh?
What's it say? Love, discipline?
Love and discipline. That's by our friends, Battle Tested. Guys, they got some really cool shirts. Go check them out on Instagram, Battle Tested. And they have a good message behind it. And I think every time you buy a shirt, they donate a meal to like a charity or those that are just underprivileged. So
that's badass.
It's a great, for-purpose business model as well too. So yeah, go check them out. Like, this is a good shirt, good material too.
I like it, man.
Yeah. I like your shirt too, Dynamic Fit Pros.
I know. What's that all about? Give
a
quick little plug.
Man, trying to be serious, guys, on these intros. But all right, let's jump into this.
Get into
guys.
that fee, though.
Yeah, hopefully you guys are doing well out there. And really quick, before we get into today's show, it's going to be a really good one. We're going to be talking about 3 keys to acquiring the entrepreneur athlete mindset. So, really quick before that, there is a quick fee. And it's not monetary. You don't have to send us money, but if you want to dish out some money, we're not going to say no. But just it's a simple value exchange. Just leave us a rating and review on one of the platforms, just to help boost the algorithm, get us on top of the charts, reach more people. You know how that crap works. But it's helpful. We need help, guys, and we truly put a lot into this show. We show up every week for you guys, bring on guests. I mean, it's not easy, So we need your help. So please leave us a rating and review if you found value in it, or just share it out. Just share it out with people. So that's it. But thank you so much. So we're going to get into the 3 keys to acquiring the entrepreneur athlete mindset, right? So guys, you guys got to know, if you don't know Chris and I by now, we're huge sports fans, mainly basketball and soccer. Basketball and football and soccer. Yeah. Sorry, those are like the 3 top ones. So I mean, this is good. I want to talk about this. Like what do we got?
Yeah. All right. Let me get into it. So I really think that with sports, there's a really good correlation in business with sports, right? There's a lot of good lessons within it. There really is. This one stuck out because I was watching the Heat and the Celtics series, right? That was a really good series. Okay, if you guys didn't watch that, but basically, the Heat were up 3-0. Then the Celtics came back and tied it, in 3 straight wins. Game 6 was really exciting because Game 6, the Celtics beat the Heat by a buzzer beater. And if you guys go back and just type in Google,
that was crazy.
Heat versus Celtics Game 6 buzzer beater, you guys will see why this was super crazy the way they won. Okay, now I like to do this as well too, right? I got this from Patrick Bet-David, is listening to some of the post-game interviews from some of these top level athletes, right? Because again, their mindset, right? These are top cream of the crop, high level athletes. Okay. How do they deal with adversity? How do they deal when things don't go their way? How do they deal when a loss like that happens? Because when a loss like that happens, man, that could have been such an easy shift to be like, man, it's not going to go our way. We're going to go into Game 7 and we're going to lose,
Yep.
So Jimmy Butler, in the post-game interview, he said something very key on there. He said, you need to learn to be tired to win and learn to be tired to still execute. Okay. So you need to learn to be tired to win and learn to be tired to still execute. Again, a very good lesson and correlation in entrepreneurship and a business owner. Okay. Because again, there is going to be times as a business owner where you are going to be tired. You're going to be frustrated. You are going to be discouraged. You're going to be overwhelmed. You're going to have limiting beliefs. You're going to lose, right? There's so many things that aren't going to go your way in business and entrepreneurship. Okay. So
and
in life too. So how do you condition yourself to win and learn to be tired and still execute during those times? Because again, there's no off season in business. There's really not. And I'll talk about that. That's one of the keys in here. There's no off season in business. Yeah, unfortunately, there's no time where you get to practice and improve your skills and rest and stuff like that, like there is in sports. Okay. So I'm setting the context of just why we're going to get into these 3 keys to acquiring the entrepreneur athlete mindset. It's all around there. How do you learn to be tired and win and learn to still execute while you're tired?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
So let's get into this. I'll get into the key number one, okay, to acquiring an entrepreneur athlete mindset is practice like you play, okay? So I'll give you guys an example of like when we played basketball, okay? We played basketball starting from like 4th grade all the way up till like 11th grade, okay? So with that, one of the key things that like our coaches always taught us was practice like you play, okay? So you'd have practices, obviously. You'd work on your 3-point shots. You'd work on your conditioning. You'd work on, passing, right? Work on defense, offensive plays, okay? So the whole kind of like concept was practice like you play, because if you practice hard and you practice like it's like an in-game session, when the game comes, there's less pressure, you're less nervous, and it's just a quick kind of transfer over from the practice to actually playing in the game, right? And your chances of winning are a lot higher to execute. So again, it's the same exact thing like when you guys are in business. There's going to be days where you feel like you don't want to do anything.
Of course.
You're not going to want to do some of the boring work, like where it's like you're DMing people, you're posting content, you're having conversations.
You're not going to feel inspired. You're not going to feel motivated.
You're not.
It's normal.
So it's like that right there is like your practice right there when nobody's seeing, okay? So how do you sit there and continue to practice, right? Like you guys are going to play, okay? When you guys get your time, when you guys get your moment in entrepreneurship or as a business. Same thing, I'll give you another quote, like another example is like powerlifting, okay? So somebody there could sit there and be powerlifting, right? All the way up into the meet. Say the meet's like 16 weeks out. You're working on your squat, your deadlift, right? Your bench press, okay? You're trying to get that Wilk score up as high as possible at the meet. Nobody's going to be watching you practice like the deadlift, the bench, the squat, okay? But when it's time to play, when that meet comes, all of the practice, right? All of the reps and sets are going to pay off, okay? Hopefully. So you guys see where I'm going with this practice like you play, okay? One more thing I like too is Abraham Lincoln's quote, I will prepare and someday my chance will come, okay? So again, keep practicing, keep putting in the reps and sets. Do not quit. Keep doing the boring work because your time will come. You're preparing yourself for when your time will come, okay? So again, that's key number one to acquiring an entrepreneur athlete mindset is practice like you play.
I know what you're thinking. You're probably like, dude, come on. I was literally watching this video, watching this interview, and you literally just pop up on the screen and interrupt it. Trust me, there's a good reason for this. Just hold on, and I'm gonna let you get back to that interview or that video. Trust me, all right? So the reason why I stopped you on this is because we're giving away our book 100% free. Okay, so if you're a frustrated fitness professional, you're not growing fast enough, you're looking to future-proof and recession-proof your business by adding online training, or if you're doing online training, you want to scale and grow faster, all you have to do is check out our new book. We're giving the audio away, we're giving the PDF away. So all you have to do is click the link below in the description box and get your free copy. All right, so now back to the video.
And you know what my big takeaway when I hear all those things you talked about, just practice like you play. It's acquiring more discipline and focus.
And consistency.
It really is, because you got to think about it. It's like a lot of people don't want to go out there and practice. They don't want to sit there and get better at like things that they're not good at. And that takes discipline, that takes focus. And like you said, consistency and resiliency, I would even say too. So that's good. It's a really good analogy, to say like practice like you play. And it's going to show. It's going to show when you're in the game taking action.
Everybody wants to just set up shop with business, put a social media post out there, make money in their sleep. Don't have to talk to too many people. Don't have to coach too much. Don't have to have so much energy exchange, right? But it's a false dichotomy, man. It's a freaking mirage. It's a freaking mirage.
It is. That's good.
So, yeah.
Okay. So let's get into key number 2, and that's condition your mind to understand that there is no off season in business. And you touched on that, and it's the truth. Anyone that tells you that that's different, they are out of their mind. And even Mark Cuban has a good saying on this. He talks about this.
He has a book on it.
Yeah, he has a book on that. It says, talks about like there is no off season in business. And I think he has a quote that says, chase effort, not your passion.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing too, right? Because like if there's no off season in business, you're going to have maximal effort, throughout the entire year. And that's not to say that like you're going to have bad seasons. That's okay, right? And you're going to do everything you can to, not let that happen and anticipate that and get over the hump, but it's inevitable. Like we're going to have bad seasons in business and life, relationships, whatever it is, it's going to happen. So, you just have to understand and condition your mindset. Like, look, we don't have an off season like athletes do. We don't have an off season like NFL players, basketball players, soccer players do. Like they have like 3, 4, or 5 months off. It's quite a while because During that time, they can, number one, they can rest mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and they can work on their game. They can work on their weaknesses to better prepare for the upcoming season to thus get better and better. We really can't do that in the context of business, right?
Yeah.
We can take off maybe a week or two, if that, and brush up on skills and work longer hours and get better at those skills. I mean, you can, but shit, it's going to lead to overwhelm. It's going to lead to burnout. It's going to lead to a lot of things. It might compromise your family. There's a lot of negatives. So you got to ask yourself, what's the cost? What price am I willing to pay in order to get better at those things? But just as long as you know and you reframe your mindset to understand that there is no off season in business, and you're probably not in that position to do that, or else you're gonna get crushed. The sooner you understand that, I think just makes it, you just understand that my business is part of my identity, my lifestyle, and who I am.
100%. Like you said it right there, man. It's part of your identity and your lifestyle. Also too, something that you guys don't understand too in sports, in the off season, that's the time where the team gets better too. They'll bring in a free agent, right? They'll make trades. Yeah. They'll bring people in with different front office positions. They'll exchange, they'll trade out the coach, right? They'll release the coach. They'll sign a new coach, right? It's all just for them to get better, right? So that they don't have bad seasons going forward, you know?
Great point.
And unfortunately, I wish in business there was a time where you can just be like, oh, I need a month to be let me look at everything in overview, right? Like an aerial view, an architect view, and be like, okay, I need to, fill in the marketing gaps here. I need to hire somebody with sales. I need to maybe train in my assistants for, people that are going to work harder. I need to do more setters, all these different little areas in your business. But unfortunately, there's no time where you can just hit that button and do that. You have to figure out inside the business while you're working like that during the quote unquote season of the business, how to make those changes, how to maneuver, how to make pivots, how to make your business better, how to make your team better, how to make your offer better, how to make your sales process better, how to make your product better, your client experience, the whole shebang.
Yeah. So true. Yeah. So true.
Okay. So key number 3 to acquiring the entrepreneur athlete mindset is take care of your body for longevity. Okay. Now look, this isn't anything like rocket science or anything new that I'm going to tell you guys, right? But again, oftentimes we need to be reminded and taught new things, okay? And again, if you're a health and fitness professional, there's absolutely no excuse for you, to be lacking in this area of taking care of your body, right? Because you guys are health and fitness pros, okay? But anyways, you always have to remind yourself and have these habits of eating right, whatever that means to you guys, okay? Counting macros, following a specific diet, right? Whatever, okay? But you have to have good, nutritious food, right? For energy, for longevity, for health, right? The second thing is train, right? Again, doesn't have to be in the weight room. If you guys are into marathons, if you guys are into combat sports, if you guys are into, I don't know, whatever it is, right? But you guys have to train at some sort of elite level. I really feel you can't just be like, I'm going to go on walks or I'm just going to go on jogs or this and that. You have to train at an elite level to where you're challenging yourself competitively. I really think that if you're going to be a true entrepreneur and be a business owner that's going to last in this game. The next thing is sleep. Okay. Sleep. I don't know what the optimal thing is. 7 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours. I don't know. Right. I am very good at just sleeping for 7 hours. My body's used to that. I go to sleep at 10:30. I wake up at 5:30. It's a solid 7 hours. I'm ready to go. Okay. I can last pretty much the whole entire day that way with no energy crashes. Okay. So figure out your sleep cycle. Usually the rule of thumb and what works great is going to bed at the same time every single day and waking up at the same time every single day so that your body gets used to that, the circadian rhythms, all that type of stuff. Okay. Then extra care. I mean, look, again, this is an investment to build yourself as an entrepreneur athlete. It's an investment. So it's why would you not sit there and invest in chiropractors, right?
True.
If you're standing a lot, if you're sitting a lot, if you're traveling a lot, you really think that you're not going to end up maybe one day getting a stiff neck, or you're not going to have hip issues, or your body's not going to be out of alignment? I mean, come on, take care of yourself, invest in a chiropractor, invest in a massage therapist, right? If you're training at a high level, you're going to eventually get injured, right? From all the wear and tear on there, right? All the reps and sets on your body, okay? Why would you not sit there and give yourself a deep tissue massage, and get your body back to where it needs to be, at 100% and optimal to keep going. Okay. Is there anything else that I'm missing with taking care of your body for longevity?
Not really with body. I mean, I could go into a whole thing about taking care of your, your mind, your spirit, your soul, because all that plays a huge role, as a competitive athlete. I truly believe that, because same thing in business, man. If you're not plugged into the right things, if you're sitting there consuming a bunch of crap, negative stuff, if you can't control your thoughts, your attitude and actions every single day, business, even in an athletic sport, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. So you have to, take care of your mindset. You have to take care of like your spirit, your soul, all those things. Right. And for us, I don't want to get so into this, but that's why, we're very faith-based and we put God at the forefront of our lives and live by his principles. And that helps me stay on track as to like what matters most and what I need to do next, So, I mean, I could go down that route, but let's keep it in the context of just more of just like the body part.
Yeah. And the last thing I'll kind of leave like with this, guys, just to tie this all in with like the entrepreneur athlete mindset. Bedros Keuilian said something really good too. When we interviewed him in person, in Chino Hills, this was probably about 3 or 4 years ago, something he said like in our podcast, it was really good, was just taking off the armor, the entrepreneur armor that you have, right, at the end of the day. So just think about it like this. Just think about a knight that puts on all of their armor to protect themselves and go out to battle. Okay. So you're putting on the armor every single morning when you start like, your workday as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. Okay. You're in there battling in the trenches inside your business, serving your clients, marketing, sales, growing the business, the whole thing, working with your team. You're in the battle, right? At the end of the day, again, whatever that time is that you cut it off, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, you're taking off those pieces of the armor because you have to take that armor off to be able to sit there and be present with your family, your loved ones, rest a little bit, get your mind in a different kind of, area so you can repeat this process daily and have longevity within it. I love that because it's like, man, just think about that. You're building an entrepreneur athlete mindset. I just don't think people talk about this enough and don't really understand this because it's the same thing with like building your body and the 6-pack on the exterior. You have to build the 6-pack in the mindset as an athlete to like last in this game because you can get crushed so damn easily and it's exhausting. It's tiring. It's not easy. It's not, guys. So the more you can buy into this to like really acquire this entrepreneur athlete mindset and treat it like that with these 3 key principles, practice like you play, condition your mind to understand there's no off season in business and take care of your body for longevity. And again, think about it like a knight with all the armor on there. Okay. When you wake up, you put on the armor, you go to battle, then you take off the armor.
Yeah. Woo.
I was ready for
mic
this
drop
one.
on that one.
I was ready for this one.
Yeah. This was really good though. Really good way to look at it. Just to, again, just how to acquire that entrepreneur athlete mindset. It's good. So yeah, guys, hopefully you guys got some value out of this one. This was good too. I got some good, nuggets from this too. Chris did a good job outlining this entire topic, but yeah, hopefully this hit home with you guys. But yeah, let us know too, your feedback on this as well too. Comment, share. Again, leave us a rating and review if you found value in it. But other than that, if you are a health and fitness coach and you're struggling with any of these type of things that we talked about, when it comes to developing an entrepreneur athletic mindset, then we're here to help, guys. We teach you guys a lot about this stuff in our programs, and we've worked with a lot of coaches. So, what I would say is just take us up on a 15-minute brainstorming call. It's loose. We're just going to ask you guys questions, see how we could best help and serve you, and just go from there. So click the link below in the show notes, schedule a time to call to talk to us, and we'll have some fun with that. But other than that, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for the eyeballs, the ears, the support. Appreciate you guys. Go out there, live a dynamic lifestyle, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
All right, I hope that you got some nuggets out of how to build this entrepreneur athlete mindset. 2 things, right? First thing, check out the link below to get our free copy of Rise the Fit Pros book. The second thing, watch this video training right here. Now that you have the mindset to be able to build a 6-figure business, we give you 6 new ways to be able to do that. Watch this video.